Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Just thought I'd get this Lord of the Rings of Power, Season 2, Episode 7 review out for you guys, and then Episode 8 review will be the last one I will be talking about because I did get to finish both episodes, both 7 and 8. So I pretty much got done with this series. But I wanted to at least get number 7, Episode 7 done for this review, so I'm going to discuss what I watched for episode 7 for Lord of the Rings of Power, and let you know my thoughts on this episode overall. So let's dive into this episode review. Now, basically, it's pretty much Celebrimbor is still making the rings for men, the 9 rings for the race of men. And basically, what is it, Sauron, something like that. He goes by Anatar, and then you find out that he's actually Sauron. Well, kind of knew that he was Sauron. He was just masking his identity towards Celebrimbor since the beginning of season 2. So, pretty much with this episode, I think this episode had a lot of interesting things. It showed about the War of Eregion, where Adar and his company of Uruks are trying to go and kill Sauron, and some of them are kind of trying to get leadership under him. But other than that, this episode was pretty strong, and you think that, Elrond is kind of tried to go seek out Durin, Prince Durin, at the time. He becomes king at the last episode, as you can tell, but there's a lot more that gets discovered in the final episode. But pretty much, Adar is trying to destroy Eregion and just trying to kill Sauron. So he finally tells Galadriel that if he does, it doesn't. I'm kind of revealing the 8th episode, but that will be something I will discuss about in episode 8 review. But overall, the war scenes and all that were pretty brutal. The action scenes were amazing. Even the one with the troll scene was pretty badass. They took down a troll and Elrond and a few others, and even the Elven King, took down the troll as well. So there were a lot of good action scenes in the episode 7. So pretty much, I think Medine or whatever her name is, the elf girl or whatever, she does die in this episode, unfortunately. Um, Something, I can't remember her name, but basically, what I watched with this episode, I was entertained. It was a pretty strong episode. The action sequences were quite outstanding for this episode, and you get to see a lot of interesting battle scenes with the Uruks and the elves trying to defend Eregion, and even Elrond and them come to the rescue to defend the city too from Uruks attacking Elvish land and all that. So basically, if I were to give episode 7 its deserved score, I'm going to give it a strong 9 out of 10. It's a really good episode. I really enjoyed this one, and it's the second to last episode before the season finale. And there were a few critiques I had with this episode, but other than that, nothing to the extent where I hated it. It kind of explains the story about how the Rings of Power came to be, and it goes into, I think that we're going to get a third season, third or probably one more season or two. I don't think we're going to get a lot more left of Rings of Power. Probably the next season will be in 2026. But other than that, 9 out of 10 for episode 7 for Lord the Rings of Power. I will be returning to you very soon for episode 8 review. That'll be the next review that I'll be getting around to very soon. But until then, I hope you enjoyed episode 7 review. I tried to go into detail as best as I could. It's been a couple days since I watched this one and the last one, but I remember watching them and I remember enjoying them. So episode 8 review is coming very shortly, and thanks for watching this episode 7 review for Lord of the Rings of Power Season 2.